What's happening, guys? This is Hit You Good with Hit You Good Gaming, and in honor of Star Wars Day, May the 4th, I thought, you know what? I might as well just do a real quick book review video of some of my favorite Star Wars books while we're at it. Tonight, we got a stream going on at twitch.tv/HitYouGood, and you can join us there. It's going to be a Star Wars themed stream. We usually do, Call of Duty or Battlefield or something, but in honor of May the 4th, we're going to be doing Star Wars, so it's going to be fantastic, going to be a lot of fun. I've got plenty of books to talk about here. We're just going to pick out a few real quick, just recommended reading. I'll give you the general premise, not doing a full review, but just so you can, find, something good to read. Let's see here. Let me put all this stuff down so we can actually mess with it. I've got two different copies of Courtship of Princess Leia. This was an absolutely fantastic book. And when I was growing up, when I read this the first time, I was probably like, I don't know, 12 maybe, or 13. I don't know. It gets mixed up. But I really didn't want to read this. I was like, oh, it's, just kind of lovey-dovey thing. But by the end of it, it was fantastic. This goes down as one of my favorite Star Wars books, The Courtship of Princess Leia. Absolutely love it. Without giving away any spoilers, you have to see Han fight for Leia. You see, this is the love story after Star Wars. You see a little bit of a love story, in episode 5 and 6, but this right here is the real love story of Han and Leia. You've got a prince, I think his name is Isildur, comes in, and I may be stealing that from Lord of the Rings, but either way, but he comes in from a different galaxy, I guess, and shows up at the New Republic's doorstep, and it's pretty close to being right after episode 6, so if you're wanting to check out, Expanded Universe, I'd definitely recommend this one. I like to read things in chronological order if possible. But anyway, Prince Isildur shows up from the Hapes galaxy, and they are very wealthy, very, very rich. So all of the people of the New Republic wants Princess Leia to end up marrying this guy because it would be so wonderful for the New Republic. It'd mean all this money, all this wealth would flood into the New Republic. So she's getting pressure to do that, but she still loves Han, and Han makes a jerk of himself a couple times. It kind of goes back and forth, but it is a wonderful love story, and you get to find out if Han wins her over. Anyway, no spoilers, right? So check that out, The Courtship of Princess Leia. Next, what are we going to go with here? The next one I would probably recommend, of course, no video would be complete without talking about the Thrawn Trilogy. The Thrawn Trilogy is fantastic. You get to see the New Republic fight against the Imperial Remnant, or, really just Thrawn. Thrawn is a fantastic villain. Not just, because there's something unique about him. He's smart. He's really smart. And it makes sense. It's not just like, the author just pulls something out of his butt to make it really hard on our heroes. Thrawn, it starts off, he's like researching the art of different life forms, of different galaxies, different species. He says, once you understand the artwork of a species, then you'll be able to tell a lot more about them. And he uses his knowledge and his resources, his research of different species on how they will react in battle, and just does a fantastic job. And it really is something else. It really is. It's really cool. And this is pretty soon after The Courtship of Princess Leia. You can find plenty of more in-depth book reviews on these. I'm just going through a couple real quick. I've only read 2 of these. It's a trilogy. I didn't read the first one, but these 2 were fantastic. If you're a Han Solo fan, you have to read the Han Solo Trilogy. It talks a lot about Nar Shaddaa, how him and Chewie met, some of his first loves. It is a fantastic journey to go through here, and you can see this one's really old. I got this one from my uncle that he had, but and then I build up on it with my own collection. So these are fantastic, highly recommended. I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, The Crystal Star, don't read it. Don't do it. Don't waste your time. If you really are that curious, look at a different book review on it, find out why. This is awful. I read all the way through this, and I wish I hadn't taken the time to do it, but at least now I can warn other people about it. This book is terrible. Vonda McIntyre, Nebula award-winning author. I heard that this is ripped off of a Star Trek book. It's terrible, 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 terrible. The characters don't seem the same. It's very poorly written. Jedi is really cool. This comes up during the let's see, I haven't prepared a whole lot, I'm just kind of rambling, but this comes up around the time of the Jedi Academy trilogy, which I also have here, and you get to see this man named Corran Horn, who has Force powers, develop his Force powers, and to try to get his wife back. I think one thing that was really cool about the expanded universe, the EU, was Luke did away with this idea that Jedi can't fall in love, that they're not allowed to. That was really just a rule of the Jedi Order, and the Jedi Order really were just a group of people. It wasn't like a religious thing. It wasn't just this rule of, it didn't make sense. But Luke got rid of that whenever he started the Jedi Academy, so he was teaching Corran Horn how to go find his kidnapped wife. It's a long book, but it's absolutely fantastic. I love seeing the development of Force powers and the character progression that you see with Corran Horn in this. Really good book. And then last but certainly not least, one of my favorites right here is the Jedi Academy trilogy itself. Here you get to see Luke have his first failed student, and see how they combat that. You learn about who Exar Kun is. His spirit infiltrates the Jedi Academy, and it is fantastic. Everybody loves the Thrawn Trilogy, and it's probably everybody's favorite. This is my favorite, the Jedi Academy trilogy. I love the history of everything, not just post Episode 6, but anything to do with watching Luke become the most powerful Jedi ever, as George Lucas intended him to be. And I think it's a real shame what Disney's done with the Skywalker family. It's all been replaced by women because they need strong female characters, which is nothing wrong with a strong female character. You look at Mara Jade, she's awesome. Princess Leia, she's awesome. They're awesome because they're good characters. Not just for the sake of they're women, so they automatically get Force powers, right? This right here, you see the development of Force powers being used. You see the development of Princess Leia being able to use some of her Force powers. If you know anything about the expanded universe, she is the ambassador for the New Republic, after Episode 6, and she's just a really high up politician. So, and you get to see Han struggle with some of that stuff too. So if you're looking to get into expanded universe, first of all, I recommend, I can dig it out of the bottom here, Courtship of Princess Leia. And then, depending on what you're interested in, if you're really interested in Jedi Academy stuff, read the Jedi Academy trilogy first, or go ahead and read Timothy Zahn's book right here, Heir to the Empire. This is Volume 1. You start off with that and then go through it. If you want to read them in chronological order, start with the Thrawn Trilogy first, and then work your way to the Jedi Academy trilogy. This is what I recommend. If you've got any other, suggestions of anything that, people might want to read in between some of these, definitely let me know. But guys, this is a fantastic collection of books and stories from the expanded universe that Disney has completely just thrown out of the window, and they're being forgotten, and we need to keep those memories alive because frankly the stories are so much better than the social justice warrior crap that Disney keeps putting out. It is so much better to sit here and read through some of these awesome tales of heroism, Luke starting his Jedi Academy training, seeing Luke struggle. A lot of the Disney stuff, the heroes don't struggle that much. You got Rey, she just comes out first episode, she's fighting a Sith Lord right off the bat using Jedi mind tricks, things that it's supposed to take years and decades to be able to master. She masters within a matter of seconds just because she's a woman and we need a strong female character. Well, I'm fine with a strong female character, but make it relatable to where we can relate to the character as a human being, not this, oh, she's a woman and she's a badass. No, yeah, you can be a woman and be a badass, but we want to see you get there. We want to see the struggle. We want to see what it takes, what time you put in to make that character what it is. But anyways, guys, check these out. Right now I'm reading through the Ambush at Corellia. This one is very well written. I really feel like I'm reading a movie reading this. I've read the first one. I'm going to start the second one here soon, hopefully, if I can get away from Call of Duty long enough to do it. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for checking out this channel. Like I said, we've got a variety of stuff. If you like Call of Duty, if you like history, if you like politics, if you like Star Wars, there's all kind of stuff that we can relate on to this. And if you watch this the day that it was posted, tonight at 7 p.m., Hit You Good, twitch.tv/Hit You Good, we're going to be doing a live stream, and we're going to load up a couple Star Wars games. We're going to do some Star Wars trivia. We're going to talk about what Star Wars meant to us as kids, as adults, how it has impacted our lives, and we definitely hope to see you there. It's going to be a really good time. Anyways, guys, may the 4th be with you. Happy Star Wars Day, and have a blessed one. Bye-bye.